Hi everyone, welcome to my series Grinding Gears that helps newer players get acclimated to Gears of War and hopefully improve. Now today's episode is going to be a little bit different than the other ones that I've previously done, because this episode doesn't necessarily focus on something that's Gears of War related, but instead focuses on a skill or just ability that will help you no matter what multiplayer game you're playing. Now what I'm talking about, of course, is your awareness. And I've seen some people mention it as game sense. Now, awareness is something that either you're aware or you're not. And that just comes naturally. Now, you can do things to more consciously make yourself aware of your surroundings. And that's kind of what I'm going to talk about today. This might be a little bit more of a shorter Grinding Gears, but hopefully it'll help you guys out and hopefully help you have a mental note in the back of your head to just kind of pay attention a little more when you're playing games. Now, have you ever been playing a multiplayer game and wonder where the heck your teammates went and all of a sudden you're getting jumped by people? Have you ever had team fights where you thought, oh, if I start shooting, this teammate will help out, only to realize that he's not there where you thought he was? Or if you thought you were moving with your friend and all of a sudden they're halfway across the map and you're like, hey, why didn't you tell me you were moving? These are all examples of really bad awareness. The good one would be running headstrong right into a group of enemies, where if you're good enough, yeah, you might be able to pull off a multi-kill, but 9 times out of 10, if you're not that good of a player, you're probably not going to do it. Now, I know personally, in my gaming career, I often struggled from having really bad awareness, especially earlier on. I can't tell you how many times playing Halo 3 I'd be sitting there talking to my friend going, where'd you go? Or I'd be walking around in Halo 3 and I knew I was with some teammates, and all of a sudden, a few seconds later, I get jumped and I'm like, where the heck did my teammates go? Why did they leave me? It wasn't my teammates' fault they were moving. It wasn't my friend's fault they were moving. It was my fault for not having good awareness. Now, some things to be aware of when you're playing is A, the movement of your team. Now, like I've said, in my example, I would often get attacked because I thought my teammates were with me. I wasn't really aware of my surroundings, I wasn't aware of what was going on. It's often very important to stay somewhat grouped up with your teammates. You don't want to be caught as a straggler, because good teams will figure that out and they will keep attacking you if they realize you're out on your own. Again, unless you're an amazing player who can handle 2v1s time and time again, it's not going to end well for you. So, try to be more aware of your teammates and their movement and try to stick with them as best as you possibly can. This will help you out a ton in the long run. Another thing is being aware of your surroundings when it comes to enemies and taking into consideration what kind of gun you have. You might think you're a pro sniper, but if you're in an area that doesn't have good sight lines or areas where enemies can rush you from multiple directions, it's probably not a good bet for you to sit there and try to snipe. Going to an area with long sight lines and areas that you know you have good access to all the areas they can attack you from and all the routes are probably the best places to snipe. Make sure you're behind cover is a good place to snipe, not just standing out in the middle of the map. Or if you can strafe around a pillar. All these things are things you want to be aware of when you're playing. You might just think, oh, I picked up a sniper on the sniper spot, I'm just going to stand here and blast people's heads off. Sometimes, yeah, that might work. But against better players, no way. You're just not going to fly. Like I said, being aware of enemy movements. Now, this might be a little more advanced for some beginner players, but obviously once you start learning how to play Gears, you'll realize a lot of players off the start are going to rush certain power weapons on certain maps. Some maps people might favor the boom shot more than the sniper, and vice versa. It's very important that you start paying attention to those kind of things so you can kind of get an idea of where enemies are rushing. And if you're playing game types that are multi-round, just try to keep a mental note of where the enemies are rushing. Because most times, they'll stick to a pattern, especially if they see it's working. So if you realize you're rushing boom shot and there's 3 of them rushing boom shot, well, instead of rushing there every time by yourself, maybe you should go help your teammates out somewhere else. Now, boom shot is a very powerful weapon, but it might be in your team's best interest for you to stay alive instead of going in there and you're giving them a free kill in team deathmatch, being down a person in King of the Hill, or whatever the situation may be. You know, one thing that I didn't really stress much in my other series is just the importance of staying alive. And this can go hand in hand with awareness. Because your safety, your being alive and being able to play is something that's very, very important. Making sure you know what's going on around you can definitely help you do that. And again, it's not something that's very easy for some people to understand. It's not something that's easy for some people to do. But really, truly try to take in as much as you can from your surrounding environment. Like I said, some people are really aware all the time. Some people, not so much. I unfortunately fall into the second category. There are times where I'll just have things fly over my head in everyday life, and I can just kick myself later on thinking back and going, how did I miss that? I'm someone I could say doesn't have the best awareness. I think another good thing that can be an example is, now let's say your teammate is sniping. And he maybe didn't pick the best location to snipe, there's quite a few areas, but he's doing pretty good. It might be in your best interest to stay by that teammate and kind of defend him if there are multiple ways that he could be attacked. You're seeing what your teammates are doing, seeing what weapons they have, the way they're going. All of this can factor in to how you adapt, how you're playing at that given moment. Because being adaptable is very important, and as long as you can just judge from the current game situation and make good judgments based on what you see, based on what you're aware of, it can go a very long way. Alright guys, I know it's been a little bit different, but hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from and can just try to be a little more aware in your gameplay, and you'll definitely see an improvement if you just try to be more aware of your surroundings. Trust me, it really does make a big difference. Thank you guys so much as always. Thank you guys so much as always for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.